Alright YouTube, it's time for another walk and talk slash vlog. And I'm sure you guys know that I suffer from olfactory reference syndrome. I've alluded to that many times. And that's an offset of OCD. I've had OCD probably since 8th grade. I've just developed all these different habits and rituals. And I gotta tell you, it's very difficult living in a city that smells like urine and feces, because I'm constantly checking myself and saying, oh, is that me? That's making that smell. And, it has led me to even consider going up to Oregon and doing assisted suicide. So, that's obviously something that's not available for me. I don't have a terminal disease, but, I do think sometimes it's like, what can I contribute to society if I'm feeling this way? Because either one or two things are apparent. Number one, I actually do smell, and people are just lying. Or they're just not addressing it because they're embarrassed to, and I don't blame them. Or B, it's all in my head, and I'm driving myself nuts for no reason. And it's really unfortunate, because I work 6 days a week. I'm doing what they call exposure, which means, going out and overcoming your social anxiety, which I also have. It's just not working. It's getting, it's not getting worse, but it's just staying the same. And, like I said, I've considered going up to Oregon and doing assisted suicide, but that's not something that I feel like would be very fair for my family or my friends. So I'm thinking of trying to start a olfactory reference syndrome support group, either here on YouTube, Facebook, one of the two, Twitter, just so we can all, maybe share our stories and encourage one another to go out and do that's cool, and Mark Carr, by the way, go out in the world and contribute to society. Because a lot of times, yes, it is in our heads, and it's something that, we owe to ourselves to overcome. God loves every one of us, and He put us on this earth for a reason, and we can't reject that duty. We have to go out in the world and be human beings. That's really what I believe, and I think that a lot of us who are trying to get exposed to the world to overcome our fear, it's not, I don't think it's something that we can ever get over, that fear. I think it's always going to be with us, and that's unfortunate, because it's not, a lot of us would say, oh, it's not fair that we have to deal with this. Yeah, it isn't, but for whatever reason, a lot of us, we have this fear. Maybe it's due to childhood abuse, which I probably could attribute that to. I was bullied a lot as a kid, and that's probably what led to my OCD, probably what led to my olfactory reference syndrome. So it's something that I gotta overcome, and you guys gotta overcome it too. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and start an olfactory reference syndrome support group, because we, as human beings, we need to be able to contribute to society. And I'm telling you guys this as I'm, walking to work right now, and really just, just scared shitless, to be honest, going into work, that I smell bad. But I gotta do it, I gotta keep going, and you guys gotta keep going too. And we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our family and friends to get over it, And as shitty as that sounds, it's like, that's exactly what we gotta do. So, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling here, but my point is, we need to teach ourselves that our minds are our worst enemy. That's something that I heard a Green Beret say in a documentary I watched back in 2010, when they were doing this training for, this was, I guess the first step of training, but, a lot of it was, them having to deal with lack of sleep and cold weather and all this stuff. So they just said, my mind is my worst enemy. So that's something that I've always tried to apply to myself. And I've also said, like, you're only stupid when you're doing what you don't want to do. That's another thing I try to live by. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my point. So let's try to do this, guys. Let's organize. If you guys have olfactory reference syndrome, go ahead and leave a comment. Hopefully we can, touch base on Facebook, and yeah, that's what we got to do, guys. We got to just let people know in the world that we're not alone, that we all have to deal with this, and we can overcome it. Anyways, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you later.